Today I'm going to talk about two watches, both from MeisterSinger. This one is the Neo, and this is the Neo Plus, 36mm, 40mm. One's in an azure blue finish, and one's in the black dial with azure blue accents. 18 months ago, I purchased a new car. I like it, it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's reliable, it's well made. However, the dashboard has more instruments than I really want. It's a hybrid, but I don't really need to know that when I'm pressing the brake, it's charging the battery, or that my car is consuming petrol, not electric, as I trundle down the motorway. There's also a dial that tells me how much G-force I'm experiencing, despite driving along at 30 miles an hour. In reality, I just want to know my speed and how much petrol is in the tank. That's it. Everything else is superfluous. It's a distraction. The reason why I like this new MeisterSinger is it tells me what I need to know. One needle-like hand indicates the hours and minutes. A small aperture at 6 o'clock reveals the prevailing date. That's it. No nonsense, just a refreshing dose of simplicity. The Neo is housed in a 36mm case, while the Neo Plus is housed in a 40mm case, as the name might suggest. The starting's a little bit retro because it's acrylic dome glazing. There's no conventional bezel. The gleaming bright word that you see is actually just top of the case band. The absence of a bezel means that, despite the modest case diameter of the model, the dial area is surprisingly large, augmenting readability. Single-hand clocks and watches date back hundreds of years, telling the time with one hand is actually very easy. The markings encircling the dial are arranged at 5-minute intervals. MeisterSinger has also encouraged the wearer to focus on the essentials of time and not fuss over the seconds. Behind the solid case back sits the Salita SW200, a self-winding movement made in Switzerland. Salita are the largest independent family-run producer of mechanical movements. Movements are reliable, precise, simple to service and repair. Moreover, comparatively affordable, a factor which has allowed MeisterSinger to deliver these watches for €1,290 for the 36mm and €1,390 for the 40mm model. 40mm is comfortable to wear and it looks good on the wrist. The black dial is enlivened with azure blue accents, albeit they're quite discreet. This means that this watch is very versatile, matching an array of garments. The 36mm is presented in azure blue. It's more contentious. It's a colour that is likely to polarize opinion, albeit personally, I love it. It reminds me of the bathroom suite in my granny's home when I was growing up, and a child of memories lying in the bath with bubbles up to my ears. It's a colour I associate with the 60s and 70s and invokes nostalgic thoughts. The shade reminds me of tourmaline, a bluish-greenish hue. However, to my dog, he thinks it looks like his favourite fruit, Granny Smith apples, and is forever wanting to lick my watch. Ultimately, I like both options, but the perfect model would be a combination of both. I like the size of the Neo Plus, but I like the azure blue dial. Indeed, the thought of this watch in a 40mm case is a delicious prospect, something I suspect Oscar would agree with.